I'm Aaron Baker from PhoneDog.com, and if you're looking for a Windows phone that's very similar in terms of shape and style to the HTC One, the Nokia Lumia 925 may be your device. It's available now on T-Mobile and coming soon to AT&T, so you know what it's time for, a full PhoneDog video review. It's part one of the Lumia 925, and it starts right now. The Nokia Lumia 925 is arguably the most beautiful Windows Phone 8 device out there if you like metal. Perhaps you're looking for that HTC One style Windows Phone 8 device. This is going to be your unit on T-Mobile and coming very soon to AT&T as well in a black color scheme. This is the T-Mobile Nokia Lumia 925, and specs-wise in this device, you're looking at really solid specifications all around for a Windows Phone 8 device. It's packing a 4.5-inch pure motion HD display. You've got the 8.7 megapixel camera on the back with 1080p HD recording capabilities, this beautiful metal frame, and then you've got on the front a 1.3 megapixel front-facing camera, dual-core 1.5 gigahertz CPU powering this device, and then you've got in the back battery-wise a pretty decent-sized battery, 2,000 milliamp hour non-removable battery here, and overall size the thinnest of the Nokia Windows Phone 8 devices by any stretch of the imagination. You've got the typical button configuration here on the right. You've got the volume rocker, the power button, both on the top side. Then you've got the camera shortcut button down here at the bottom. But really a clean, nice looking device. And even though you've got some plastic on the back and then of course the glass on the front, it looks really nice with the metal build here on the sides. 3.5mm headphone jack up top, micro USB charging port. You've got your micro SIM card slot as well. Nothing down there at the bottom and nothing over here on this side. So really a minimalistic looking device from a design perspective. It's got some great goodies. We're going to dive in and take a look and see whether this device is worth getting on T-Mobile and even on AT&T when it comes very soon. Before I do that, I want to thank our partners at Best Buy Mobile for giving us devices like the Lumia 925 for use in our One Paul Bandit giveaway game. Check it out right now, at least as of the shooting of this video. We're giving away a Galaxy S4. So go check it out at instantwin.phonedog.com. It's a free giveaway. When you walk into Best Buy Mobile, you'll walk out working. They'll make sure your email, your contacts, your camera settings, calendar, calculator, everything's set up and good to go. Your live tiles are configured how you want them to be. So when you walk out the door, you're working thanks to their walkout working program. So no real surprises here in the overall look and feel. You've got Windows Phone 8 powering this device, as you can see here, and everything's very fluid all around. Now this is a Nokia device, so as expected, you got quite a few Nokia applications out of the box, including App Social, which we'll take a look at here in just a bit. DataSense, actually a Microsoft application, a Windows Phone 8 app that was previously exclusive to Verizon, now available on all the Windows Phone 8 devices. You have the Nokia stuff here, City Lens, here Drive, here Maps, here Transit. You have, of course, music and videos. You have Name ID. Then you have the Nokia stuff here. ProCam, SmartCam. ProCam, I should say, I actually downloaded from the Microsoft Store, from the Windows Phone Store. Then out of the box, you get Cinemagraph, SmartCam. You get, of course, the Office stuff here as well. OneNote capabilities. All the stuff down through here, and then T-Mobile TV and Wi-Fi calling as well. I should point out this thing is Wi-Fi calling capable through T-Mobile. And on the front here, you can see, of course, the front-facing camera. You can see the back button, the home button, and the Bing button, and T-Mobile's logo down here at the bottom. So really a classy-looking device all around, a very thin device. At that, a slight bulge from the camera here in the back. And as you can see, it's obviously playing an effect on when I touch the device on the table. As you can see right there, it does move around a little bit, but nothing too bad at all. So here we go, Windows Phone 8. You can see the live tiles here, and of course they're customizable like you would expect from any Windows Phone 8 device. And you can move most of the Windows stuff into 3 different sizes, as you see right here: small, medium, and large. Now, the more you do that, or I should say the larger you get with the tile, the more information you're going to see on that tile itself. For example, if I had any emails right now, when I expanded the largest size, I would see how many emails I had, maybe, for example, 450 unread, and then it would say the most recent email information up top. Very similarly, as you would expect with messaging, it does the same thing. And this was my biggest beef with Windows Phone 7. I was like, I need the ability to customize this because, you know what, maybe I don't use Wi-Fi calling. I can certainly make this one smaller. I don't need to see the information about it being disabled. Or, you know, maybe I use my stuff here, for example. Maybe I want to see my most recent call or my most recent message. And you couldn't do that. They were all pre-configured size-wise out of the box. So, for example, if you remember, the calendar one was a pretty large one on Windows Phone 7, and messaging wasn't. And you couldn't really change that. So they've added some more personalization on this to make it your own device. And on that theme, we'll go into settings and take a look and see what I'm talking about here. So on the theme side, you've got quite a few more colors here, including things like red, you've got crimson, a couple of different shades, you've got mauve, you've got steel, and of course olive, a couple of different color options here that are new from Windows Phone 7. So you've got that, but then you also have some new customization options that I want to talk about. You know, Windows Phone 8 gets dinged in comparison to iOS and Android for its lack of customization or lack of features, and granted, it is a younger platform in comparison to iOS and in comparison to Android. Much younger, in fact. But when you look at this, we'll go in, for example, to lock screen, and you can see the background. I can choose a couple of different things here. I can choose photo, I can choose Bing, I can choose app social, and if I had additional applications installed like Facebook, I could choose Facebook, for example, and I could have my profile pictures display across the lock screen. So just for sake of example here, we'll do Bing, and when I power this off and back on, you can see the Bing wallpaper, which will change based on what's being shown on Bing that particular day. So should point out this device is LTE capable as well, and you're seeing it flip back and forth between HSPA+, which is 4G, and then LTE, which is obviously 4G LTE. But that's a nice customization feature there as well. And another one I particularly like a lot, if you get a lot of text messages, I should back out, did not click the right thing. Let's do settings and go into lock screen, and we'll do detailed status here. For example, text messaging. Well, I've got this empty space here below the date, as you'll see when I go back to the lock screen, and you can customize this to make it whatever you want to display. So for example, calendar, if it's important to you, or messaging, if it's important to you, it'll display right below the date. And of course, in the very bottom here, you'll get all your different icons, your email icon, your missed call icons, and all of that. But you get this option to customize a little bit more than you did in Windows Phone 7, which is really nice. Taking a quick look at the web browser here, again, 4.5-inch Pure Motion HD display on this device, and it really is a nice looking display. The blacks are very black, as you saw the keyboard there. The camera probably doesn't do it justice, but very clean, very crisp image. Looks great, the colors look nice, and it really does resonate well. When you're looking at it in comparison to other devices on the market. So display is pretty impressive here. Overall specifications of the display, 768 by 1280 pixels. You're packing 332 pixels per inch here. So nice looking display all around. You can see pinch to zoom continues to be incredibly responsive in the browser. And of course, portrait to landscape mode, pretty easy transition there. And I think 4.5 for a lot of people is a pretty decent size. I'll argue for myself that I prefer 5 inches, but again, for Windows Phone 8, the only bigger option you've got is the 4.8-inch display on the Samsung Ativ S Neo. So decide whether that's important to you or not, or perhaps you enjoy the metal on the Lumia 925. It's a decision you'll have to make for yourself. Heck, I'll help you make that decision. You know that in part 2. But you can see here, browser continues to be fluid, and of course the keyboard, no real changes here. Love the auto correction, love the overall keyboard, but my gripes from Windows Phone 7 continue. As you can see here, lots of dead space around this keyboard that they could have used to make the keyboard longer and easier to type on in landscape mode. Keep it locked on PhoneDog.com. In part 2, we'll talk about speed tests, we'll talk about the camera settings, including some of the things you can download from the Microsoft Store to make it even better. Stick around for part 2.